Hi guys. So I'm going to do a quick video today. I got home and I had quite a few packages from thrift books, and I was telling you before that I am able to get some really good books through thrift books. So I wanted to show you what I was talking about. This isn't the entire amount of books that I got, but I will tell you that between this one and I should have 2 more packages coming tomorrow or the next day, I'm only missing 4 books. But this order, I paid $50 for this order and got all of these books plus 4 more that I expect to be coming soon. So I just wanted to give you an idea how great a deal really you can do between free shipping after a certain amount, which I should have checked, darn it. I think it's $10, but it might be $20. And also every $50 you get a $5 off coupon code that you can use the next time you do that. So when I order, I usually try to order $50 in books so that I have a free coupon code for the next time I'm doing it. So let me just show you what I got. This one is the Song of Telus, and from John Matthews. John and Caitlin Matthews are one of my favorite authors. They're really big into the Arthurian tradition and Celtic works, and they each do a lot of books on the pagan holidays and that kind of thing. Very Celtic oriented on most stuff, or Arthurian. They do some other stuff too. John Matthews, I think, does one of the encyclopedia books, maybe the Encyclopedia of Fantastical Creatures or something like that, I think. Maybe more than that too. But anyway, so this one is the Song of Telus, which is another name for Merlin. And the back here says, "Since the departure of Lord Telus, I have set myself the task of placing all that he wrote or instructed me to write in order." Hold on one second, because I'm going to be reading. I'm getting my glasses. One sec. Okay, back with glasses. It's hell to be old. Okay. Let me start over. "Since the departure of the Lord Telus, I have set myself the task of placing all that he wrote or instructed me to write in order so that it may be properly read and studied in future time. There are many who would destroy the works of my master, thinking them heretical or dangerous. Yet I find that he strove always to tell the truth as he saw it, and while there is much that I myself find amazing or intractable of belief, yet even here I see no evil." So the Song of Telus is about the Celtic myths. It's part fiction, part myth, part teachings. Says it draws upon the ancient traditions outlined in his earlier work, Taliesin, Shamanism, and the Bardic Mysteries, which I have that one too. So it's kind of about the bards and the songs that they wrote back in the day. So I really like to read about all that, the bards and Taliesin, and I'm really interested in that. So that's the first one. The second one is the Book of Fairy and Folk Tales of Ireland by W.B. Yeats, who is, as a pagan, one of my favorite poets and storytellers. And if you don't know of his works, he writes a lot about the Fae and nature, and I have a couple of his poems up on the walls. So it's The Stolen Child. Funny that I opened to that one. That's one of the most famous poems that he wrote about the Fae taking a child. Very, very, I just love his work. So I wanted to get the all the Ireland fairy tales that he's written all in one book. So that's the second one. I got Daughter of the Goddess, the Sacred Priestess. This one is by Naomi Ozaniak. Sorry if I'm butchering the last name here. This one, and guys, you should have an idea of what shape the books are going to be in. So like this one, it said it was in acceptable shape. So this is, you can see the pages are yellowed and stuff a little bit, and that's why they said that. The binding is still good. They won't sell books that are falling apart. They will sell, like sometimes if there's some writing in the over here, but they will say that that's possible, that happens. I've never gotten a book that I couldn't read, though, even if it said just acceptable. Like I said, this is acceptable condition, and there's no writing in it. There's no, it has yellowed. It's an older book, but it's still in very good shape. And 1993, this was published in 1993, so... This one, it says, the goddess is clearly reemerging in human consciousness, and the time has come for attention to be drawn or to be given to her representatives among us. Drawing widely upon historical research and many original sources, Naomi here examines the role of the priestess as both a contemporary and classic reality. The concept of spiritual meditation and the role of priestess are explored at all levels of identification as the voice of the goddess, as initiator into women's blood mysteries and the mysteries of the deity, as guardian of her group's sacred symbols, and as keeper of the tradition. So, it talks a lot about the priestesses of the goddesses. So I thought that was going to be a good one. The next one is Heretics Heart, A Journey Through Spirit and Revolution by Margot Adler. And I know I said in another video, I actually met Margot Adler, and I think I told the story in another video. I don't remember which video it is, so I'll tell it really quickly. I met her at a campground that is a campground specifically for pagans in New York that I went to. I believe it was a summer solstice event that I went to. They have for every holiday during the warmer months in New York. They have stuff going on. They have very specific stuff going on when it's Sirius rising, when the Sirius star is high in the sky. But I met her there, and I didn't know who she was at the time. And she was dying of cancer. And she died like a week, 2 weeks, I think, after I met her and talked to her at length. And when I didn't realize until she died who I had been talking to. So since then, I kind of have, kept up on stuff that she wrote. Of course, she wrote Drawing Down the Moon, which is like one of the most famous pagan books ever. So this one, though, I believe is her story of how she came to paganism. The renowned NPR correspondent offers a fresh perspective of the 60s in a candid memoir of civil work, the free speech movement, and her correspondence with a young American soldier in Vietnam. So it's about her life story. So I'm really excited to read that because she was just a lovely woman. And if you haven't seen my story, you can look for it. And if you can't find it and you want me to tell it again, leave a message down below and I'll remember to say something again because it's a good story. And I was very impressed by her. She was a neat lady. Wise Woman's Guide to Spells, Rituals, and Goddess Lore. This one is by Elizabeth Brooke. This remarkable guide to goddess wisdom, spells, rituals, and recipes includes such topics as goddess worship, past and present, a brief history of witchcraft, starcraft and the moon, festivals and the wheel of the year, how to create rituals, ethics and witchcraft, spellcraft, developing psychic skills. Whew. I had a long day at work apparently because now my lips have stopped working. Divination, the tarot, and herbal lore. So it's kind of an all-around little book, and I try to get as many of these as I can. I know I said it before because I like to take stuff from as many different sources as I can. I think everyone has stuff to contribute. And I try to pull from as many people as I can. I will say, as a personal belief, excuse me, I specifically do not ever say that I know everything about a topic. Because as far as I'm concerned, we are not alive long enough on this earth to learn everything we can on any one topic, much less on a whole bunch of different topics. So it kind of sticks in my craw when I hear other witches talk about how another witch is doing something wrong. I hate that. Just because, as far as I'm concerned, there is no wrong way. And I know if you're specifically going towards the Gardnerian tradition and that's what you want to study, then that's up to you. I'm not saying that there aren't wrong ways to do a Gardnerian ritual. I'm just saying, on a personal level, I believe that part of the reason most of us became witches is because we didn't want to hear how our religion of choice from before was telling us how not to do something. And I believe that your spiritual path is a very personal one, and you should walk it however the hell you choose. And if somebody else doesn't like it, I don't think they're very good. And that's my opinion, and I'll stick to it. Developing Psychic Skills. They have, it just looks like a really good book, so I'm kind of interested. Oh, look, the tarot. Ha, ha, ha. So I'm kind of interested to see, what this book has to offer. Herbal lore, fairy, what did that just say? Herbal medicine wheel, fairy flowers. Cute. So that's another one. Celtic Traditions, Druids, Fairies, and Wiccan Rituals. This one is by Serona Knight. I believe I have a couple of her other books. She's another one who likes to write on the Celtic traditions. Across the breadth of America today, there is renewed fascination with all things Celtic. Lore, traditions, beliefs, and customs. More than 40% of North Americans are of Celtic ancestry, and they often wish to reaffirm their ancestral roots and bring Celtic myth, legend, and modern practices to life. For others, the Celtic traditions embody myth, mystery, and magic. Celtic tradition satisfies the desires of all. It discusses everything from the ancient Druids and fairy traditions right up to the beliefs and practices of today's neo-pagans. Tales of Celtic gods and goddesses and the stories of their descendants thrive in the pages of this fascinating book, focusing upon Celtic roots, goddesses, gods, and the Druids, as well as the underworld of the fairies and modern Celtic Wicca. Celtic Traditions provides hands-on ways for making a positive difference in the world today and for thousands of years to come. So again, these books are in great shape, guys. I mean, most of these ones I believe were in very good to good condition. Like I said, there was a couple I think that were acceptable condition. But they're all, I've never received a book from Thrift Books that I couldn't read. A Keeper of Words. This is the book that goes along with the legend, the Arthurian Tarot, because I got the Arthurian Tarot and, just the little box with the little white book in it. And again, because I like the Arthurian tales and traditions, I wanted to get the bigger book that goes along with it. So it's in great shape. It doesn't have any markings in it at all, and will help me to study that tarot a little better. So that's a good one. And the last two are also John Matthews books. I'm on this Celtic thing. I should show you all my Caitlin and John Matthews books. I have a whole shelf for them, and they're not with the other ones that I've shown you before back here. They have their own bookshelf. The Druid Source Book. And this one was edited by John Matthews, has a foreword by Philip Carr Gome, Chief Order of the Bards, Ovates, and Druids. So in this comprehensive and brilliantly researched book, John Matthews presents a cross-section through the diverse layers of Druid history and custom. Using rare sources, often lost or forgotten texts and translations, he shows how various aspects of Druidism originated and how these contribute to practices we see today. A Druid himself, John Matthews has an expert knowledge and avoids the popular misinterpretation of Druidism as wanting to live in the past. Instead, this book reveals the real truth about Druidism and its ideas and customs, and makes a vital contribution to current interest in the Druids. This unique collection dispels many of the wilder theories about Druidism and provides a rich source of concepts for the modern seeker of truth. Dun, dun, dun. Again, look at, this book looks like it's hardly been opened. Look at the spine on this. It just looks like it really has hardly been opened. Idaho Youth Ranch. I love when they leave bookmarks and stuff in there. I use them. I have bookmarks from all over the country. So the last one is called The Quest for the Green Man by John Matthews. This one is a hardcover. The Quest for the Green Man takes us on an exciting journey across 20 centuries through dozens of cultures around the world, all of which have acknowledged in one form or another the presence of a mysterious leafy figure that personifies the generative masculine power of the earth. Rediscover the spirit of nature in the Green Man's age-old story. Delight in transformative tales and legends from many cultures. Explore for yourself through myth, image, and visualization. Told ya. The mystery at the heart of the natural world. Find ways to live in harmony with the environment and the seasons. So, this is a pretty book. Look at that. Wow. Really. Just stunning images, all in color. Look at that. You see that? How gorgeous that Green Man image is. So look at in the middle of the woods here. I just feel like I'm peeking around the corner because I can't tell if you can see it or if it's glary or so just the Green Lady. Ooh, look, it even mentions the Green Lady. So this is going to be a very interesting book, The Dancers in the Green. Talking about all of the traditions of the Green Man. So like I said, I have 4 other books coming that will wrap up this load of books that I got from Thrift Books, and including the 4 books that are coming, which I'll show you when they come. I paid $50 for it. Shipping, all of it included. Tax, everything, $50. And I have gotten all these books. So it really is, I don't know how you can go wrong. And like I said, my favorite thing about it is the wish list. You can put stuff on your wish list and they will notify you if it comes in so that you can snatch it and get that book. I just absolutely cannot recommend enough the website of thriftbooks.com. So I'm hoping that you're having a great week. I myself had to go back to work again today, and I felt like it should have been the weekend, so it was kind of a tough week, and tomorrow is an early day again. But hopefully it'll seem like a short week now, because now I only have tomorrow and Friday, and then I have off again. Yay! So I hope you all have a wonderful night, and blessings. Blessed be.